I'm coming back, Rick. I'm coming back. Don't worry. Just a moment. I'm fixing something here. Just a moment. Okay, now let me share my screen again. Let me share my screen again. Okay, I think now everyone can see my screen. I don't know whether our YouTube is live. Yes. Okay, now let me share my screen again. We are also live on YouTube. Okay, so much. Now let's go back to YouTube. Now, this is our coin, for example. Whenever a coin you have never traded it before, this is what happens. This coin doesn't have settings. That's why when you scroll down here, you are seeing 00. What do? You have to tap the word trade settings here down. When you tap it, Reiki is going to show you the default settings. This is what we call the smart create. This is what we call the smart create. Smart create. What does it mean? Smart create, the robot is showing you the default settings. And usually I tell people that default settings the best. Default settings is because now Reiki is showing you its default settings. However, many people can't afford these settings. Because when you look at these settings, the first buying amount is 12. And whenever the market drops, the robot keeps doubling this money, the money it put previously. The first margin call uses $24, the second 48, the third 96. The 50th time the robot buys, it uses $190. The 60th time it uses 380. The 7th time, 700. Then lastly, it uses $1,500. So when you count all this money, 1,000 plus 700, 1,500 plus 700, that's like 2,000 to like $2,300 plus the 380, that's $2,700 plus $190. That's like $2,900. When you add on this, it's like $3,000, 3,000 something dollars. How many people can afford these settings? Few people. Now, what do? We tap on manually create. When you tap on manually create, Reiki gives you permission to edit these settings and put what you want. That's why whenever someone is new in the business, business, we design settings depending on their capital. We design settings depending on their capital. And that's how they make money. Are you learning what I'm saying? Eh? Fine. Thank you so much. That's how we do it. So we design settings depending on their. Now, before we design the settings, today I wanted you to learn what do these settings mean. What do these settings mean? Let's go here. Trade settings. It is the heading here down up. Smart create. We talked about the smart create. These are the default settings. Manual create. You can edit. There is an exclaimer here. Reiki say the first buying amount is calculated according to the currency pair, principal, and the trade unit. That's why sometimes you can put $12. The robot enters a trade and finding it using 13 or 12.5. This is the reason. The robot is saying the first buying amount is calculated according to the currency pair, principal, and trade unit. However, that has no problem. It shouldn't even bother you. However, you need to understand it. Eh? Then my template. My template, when you tap here, there is a word choose strategy setting. Usually, these are the settings saved in your robot. Okay? Which we are designed for you. In case I'm trading, I can just tap them and they are injected by default. Strategy mode. What is strategy mode? Every coin, every option where they need you to understand more info, they put this text, they put this symbol. I seeing this symbol with an exclamation mark in a circle. When you tap it, Break educates you about it. It says strategy mode. After the fourth margin call, you may only switch between subbobin mode and subbobin real time. You cannot switch to or from wall warehouse. The strategy mode, if the robot buys the fourth margin call, and after the robot buying the fifth margin call, you cannot switch strategy modes from wall warehouse back to subbobin mode, but only you can switch from subbobin mode to subbobin real time settlement. I'm going to make sure that you understand these modes today when we reach there. Okay. Then it says you cannot switch to or from one warehouse mode while you're using subbobin mode. Profit will only be shown after all positions are closed. I want you to focus very well here. Let me bring my blackboard. Let me get my yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Now we are going to talk about strategy modes. We have three types of strategy modes. We have first is wall warehouse. What is wall warehouse? A wall warehouse, when you enter a trade, for example, BTC stroke USDT, and it's the pair you are trading. When the robot starts buying margin calls, that means now BTC is dropping. Now these are different margin calls bought. The first margin call, the second, the third, the fourth. The robot will sell all these margin calls at once. For example, BTC has gone from 85,000 to 80,000, to 75,000, to 70,000, to 69,000, to 68,000, 65,000. Whenever the market drops, the robot buys. That's what we call margin calls. Whenever the market drops, the robot buys. Now, what we call wall warehouse. Twitter wall warehouse, the robot will buy these margin calls, but it will sell them all at once. This is what we call wall warehouse. It is the most profitable. However, you should avoid it. Why? Because this kind of strategy mode If the market drops, you cannot enjoy the market. The robot will be only buying without selling. So I only advise it to people who have capital. Abantu abalina sente zaabwe oba gikozese. People who have money, for them they can use it. Abalina sente oba gikoleki bagikozese. The strategy mode, the old warehouse. Now, what is sub-binary mode? Let's come to sub-binary mode. Sub-binary mode. Sub-binary mode. I'm going to explain sub-binary mode and the sub-binary real-time settlement at the same time. What do these ones mean? When the robot buys these margin calls on different price drops, whenever the market drops, the robot is buying margin calls. But the robot will start selling margin calls independently the moment the robot buys the first 4 margin calls. Singa robot egula margin calls zino nnya nezigula zino ze tuyita all positions. All positions. Okay? What are all positions? The first margin call, the second, the third, and the fourth. These are all positions. The moment the robot buys them, that's not robot margin calls them. Then it will confirm now that the market is going down. What will the robot do? Starting from the 50 margin call up to infinity, to the number of margin calls you have in your trades, the robot is going to be selling them independently. That's what we call sub-binary. However, when you are in sub-binary mode, this one in the middle, the robot will be selling these margin calls independently, but it will show you the profits you have made and the whole positions are sold too. But singa akatale kabwa, let me use get more pages. I show you what I'm talking about. Let's assume we are trading BTC. The market drops and the market starts to recover. Akatale wano wekagwiridde negula margin call yasoose eyokubiri eyokusatu eyokuna eyokutaano mukaaga musanvu munaana mwenda kumi. Now these are the margin calls 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Now when it bought them, it was buying. Now when the market started to recover, the robot started to sell these margin calls independently. For example, this one was bought at this level. So that means if the market goes up to this level, this margin call is in profits. Ngeyegitunda. Ngeyomwenda wetukira wano nga naye gitunda. Eyomnaana nga naye gitunda. So that means every margin call, whenever it makes a profit, this robot starts selling them independently. Are you following what I'm saying? Give me a thumbs up if you're learning what I'm saying. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're learning. Give me a thumbs up if you're learning. Give me a thumbs up if you're learning. Give me a thumbs up. Eh? Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for learning. People are following. People are following. That's fantastic. Okay. But I have another screen here. How comes it is stuck on the previous page? Okay. So we take it up. Okay, let's go back. So have you seen that now? The robot starts to sell these margin calls independently. Hope my screen is clear. Okay. The robot starts selling these margin calls independently. That's what we call sub-binary real time. Real time. Sub-binary mode. It will buy and sell these margin calls independently, but it will show you profit after also selling the first 4 margin calls. Kata onge plata trade yeno, baji ko zemu $1 We have made $100 from this trade. That's how it works. Are you learning what I'm saying? Are you learning what I'm saying? Good. Okay. So, can we proceed? Let's go to our robot. Now, I think every one of you have understood what these strategy modes mean. So, whenever you are trading and you are using a $200, but you are saying your trade is having all the way house mode. Well, take it and so you can change. You just come to trade settings, you tap strategy mode, you change to sub-bin real time. I advise you strategy real time. Sub-bin real time settlement. If you capture it small, right? Capital, sub-bin real time. If you have enough capital, people are trading with $5,000, $10,000. Kusa warehouse, no problem. Use default settings, trade with the wall warehouse. You will enjoy the market. Kataro jaka open. Are we learning? Are we learning? Okay. Now let's go. Another option. First buying amount. What does first buying amount mean? First buying amount is the amount of money the robot is going to use while buying. Omuwendo gw'oteeka wano robot gwegenda okukozesanga okugula. Okay? The robot is going to use the amount of okay, now let me is the amount of money the robot is going to use while buying. How comes my screen is not showing? Now YouTube channel screen is not showing. What's wrong? Can you see my screen? Are you seeing my screen, leaders?
It's on and off.
It's on and off.
Yes.
So we take it. So how about now? Now you're seeing the screen? Let me share it. Okay, now I'm sharing. Now is it on? Thank you.
Yes, it's on. It's on.
Now we are back real cube.
Yes.
Yes.
So now are you seeing real cube now?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay. Daniel is saying Airtel is the problem. I think yes. My network is Airtel, but man, it's very bad. Now, first buying amount is trade off. For example, these are default settings. The money you put here as the default, as the first buying amount, it's what the robot is going to be using while buying margin calls. It's what will determine. So don't just put here. Wow. Hassan is saying he's not seeing my screen. Hassan, buy a phone, my brother. Log out of the class, then come back in. You will see my screen, of course. So the first buying amount, it's what the robot will show you, will be using while buying margin calls. You find someone putting $1,000, their capital is 1,200. Can I take a first buying amount is 1,000? That is society way of trading. Hassan, are you seeing the screen? Get up. Yeah? Are you now seeing the screen, bro? I saw you coming back. So that's what we call first buying amount. Then we have this button, open position doubled. I saw someone putting this button on. What does this button mean? Avoid this button unless it is intended. What does this button mean? Whenever you switch it on, the robot will always be double the amount of money in your settings. For example, if your first buying amount is $12 and you put this button on, the moment you activate the trade, the robot will double this amount to 24. In the margin calls, where the robot was going to use $24, it will use 48. Where the robot was going to use 48, it will use more. When the robot was going to use $200, it used 400 because you told it to double. And I advise people to use these settings. For example, if my settings were for $500, settings zinakola nga zali za $5. Kakati ate, I get more money and I increase my capital to 1,000. What do? I just tap open position without even changing settings. The robot will know what to do. It will double this money, just using the whole of the capital. Take it. That's good. So avoid this button for post. Then we have AI margin call. What does AI margin call mean? When you put this button on, single button you take a call. This is what the robot will do. This is what the robot will. This is what the robot will do. The robot is going to only buy a margin call when the artificial intelligence software designed in royalty to monitor the support levels of that coin, that's when the robot will always be buying. So technically, the robot will not be following your settings in margin configuration. It drops. For example, if you told the robot that buy the first buying amount when the market has dropped 1%, go take a copy. I imagine call the robot won't follow that order. It will only buy when it has tracked the market, analyzed it, and realized this is the best resistance level. Sorry, but support level, not resistance. The support in trading. And we come back here in our platform. For trading, we have these levels when we are doing market analysis. The market is moving, it has this. Are you seeing my screen? Major data. Then we have those who have been in classes of trading. But when we're learning trading, we have two things happening in the market. Tunachotuita resistance. This is resistance level. And this is support. Usually when we are trading, we follow these things. When I'm trading a coin, whenever this coin drops on this level, support. But whenever the market comes up and hits this level, the market goes down with a resistance. Now, when you switch on the AI margin call, this is what happens. When you switch on the AI margin call, this is what happens. The robot will only buy a margin call at the best support level using its artificial intelligence. So that means just following the parameters. The robot won't follow the parameters you gave it. Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? Give me a thumbs up if you're learning. Give me a thumbs up if you're learning. Give me a thumbs up if you're learning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for learning today. But our people on YouTube, I think our YouTube coverage has failed. The screen is showing totally all the information. Again, is the amount. Thank you so much. Are you seeing? But our people on YouTube, I think our YouTube coverage has failed. It has really. The screen is showing all the information. The YouTube has failed us today. I think we we are going